So, if we can actually just have a round of applause for all the comedians who have gone so far tonight. I'm the last one, so Chris, Spencer, Adam, great job. What if that was my set? I got my applause for the night, I'm out. I'm just kidding, I will tell some jokes. You're so needy. No, so, let's see, where to begin? Okay, you paid $2 to come here, right? So, I'm gonna give you all of me, you know? I hope we really get to know each other throughout this. There will be a test, now you are in school. Okay, so, fact one about me. I love libraries. Why, you ask? Okay, so smell of old books. It's great, kindly librarians. There's one thing that I don't like, and that's all the rules. Because, you know, you can't make any noise whatsoever. You can't eat. Okay, my plan is to go into a library one day with the librarian's arch nemesis, Pop Rocks. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna be over like, shh, shh, shh. Librarians are back at their desk like, oh my lord, Edward. He's breaking both rules at once. What do we do? I don't know, Peggy. Look in the reference section. Under discipline. I've told that joke multiple times, like practicing it, and somehow my male librarian always ends up sounding like a superhero. Which is weird, you'd think he'd sound more like a pansy, but we've got Batman, the librarian, over here. Which I think would be really interesting to see, like if Batman was protecting Gotham's libraries. That was his gig. Joker, stop right there. That library book in your hand is overdue. You owe your regional branch like 15 cents. Yeah, you best pay it back. You won't be able to check out any more books on that card. Tragic. I was never a big fan of superheroes when I was growing up, and that's weird because I was a nerd. But there was this disconnect for me between how they had all these colorful, cool costumes and horrible names. You know, you got Batman, Spider-Man, Superman. Really? You know, they've got a Justice League. You'd think they'd run these things by each other. Like, by the time Tony Stark rolls in, like, hey guys, I got the coolest superhero name ever. I'm gonna be, wait for it, Iron Man. Somebody should be like, hey, that's a horrible idea. Like, no, see, because my suit's made out of iron, and I'm a man. You know, Tony, for the head of a multinational corporation, you're kind of a dumbass. I was into other nerdy things, don't get me wrong. I played Dungeons and Dragons, for instance. And I'm not even like worried about admitting that, okay? Like some people are like, oh, Dungeons and Dragons, you must not have talked to girls, you must not have been cool. Well, I spit mad game with the imaginary females in my fantasy world of wonder. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm not gonna pass that up. I had a high charisma score, if you know what I mean. If you do, you're a nerd. Yeah, I mean, like, if I see this sexy elf in a clearing, right? Like, I'm not gonna pass that up. I'll walk up to her and be like, damn, girl, you're looking pretty fly. Like, except in Elven. And I'll be like, yeah, like, I practiced some lines, I'm not gonna lie. Like, hey, are you a wizard? Because I think you look good with a staff in your hands. Are you an elf of the forest? Because I got some wood for you. Sorry guys, those are gross. Like, I would never disrespect a woman by actually using those, especially if she could wield a broadsword. Not a good idea. So, yeah. I actually, don't get me wrong, I make fun of nerds. I like them a lot. Nerds like to study, I like to study nerds. And I found some interesting things. There's this thing I call the nerd paradox, which is actually that 9 out of 10 male nerds can solve a Rubik's Cube in under 30 seconds, but are still mastering the dexterity to unhook a woman's bra. That's tragic. One of the things that I've found with nerds, besides the fact that they're hilarious, is that they did a lot of things right. So first of all, attire. In Dungeons and Dragons, a man needs full plate mail to be protected, but a woman just needs a metallic bikini. She's good. A All the nerds are there like, oh my god, she's impenetrable. Well, no, she's hot and you're a nerd. Her armor is impenetrable, her armor! Well, yeah, if your eyes were up here, you'd be stabbing her in the face. This thing is difficult to work with. Alright, yeah, so with these nerds, and these funny little nerds, they also invented magic. And that's just genius of them. Because magic solves anything. And some people will say like, oh, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Whoever said that obviously did not know a sorcerer. Because they got words that can mess you up. Like, I want to introduce whoever said that to Lord Voldemort. Words will never hurt me. Balls. The last word of that joke was post-mortem because my character had already died a very ironic death. When I die, I would like to die an ironic death. I want to like choke on a fortune cookie. That'd be a good one. You know, stop to pick up a lucky penny on the train tracks. Oh, look at that. Balls. There are a lot of little sayings like that, like the sticks and stones one that seem really good. They're crap. All of them. My grandma had one. It was really sweet. She used to say, starve a fever, feed a cold. Unfortunately, she was a hypochondriac, so she fluctuated between anorexia and obesity till the day she died. It's a true story. You guys are horrible for laughing at that. Those of you who didn't, thanks. Keep up the good work. No, so I actually do want to talk about obesity because it's a big problem in America. I'm not going to try and get around it. It's physically impossible. I went into a burger restaurant the other day and I was really surprised to find that there was not a mirror in the entire place. And I think that's just a jab at fat people's intelligence too. It's like, are they going to forget that they've got a belly going on? Like that they can't see their toes? The guy's going to be able to like, oh, Friday over at table 3 needs to lay off the burgers. Shit. That is a mirror. Balls. I'm not trying to make light of this situation. It's physically impossible. And I'm not a bad guy for making these jokes. If you are offended, if you're fatty, you are welcome to stand up and leave. But you're not going to because that would take way too much energy.